didn't think the post office is open on Saturday, David. Actually, Chuck, I was going to try to record using a KVY. Oh, I understand, David. Okay. Well, we have to wait for darker sky, blue sky at the moment here. Nothing's supposed to be in there. You see some stars. Okay, so that's one good thing. There's a blue star and a red star. That's kind of cool. You can only detect quickly. Supposed to be somewhere in there. Not quite dark enough yet. We'll get here sooner or later. Oh, I see it. Bingo. All right, dead center. Okay, I see it. Unfortunately, the mosquitoes are starting, and what I'm going to do is close the door. Just a moment. Yeah. Yep, M57. Yeah, this is actually, here it is. This is 16 milliseconds. As you can see here on the screen. So we do see M57 here a little bit here. I'm going to move it again. It just popped into view. There you go. Nice. There it is, right in the middle. There, now it is in the middle. Kind of cool. The gain's at 15 at the moment. And yeah, when I turn the gain down, we do see a little circle there. Hi, Frank. Gain's at 13. Let me start recording. I don't know if it's going to affect the I'm going to try the recording of KVY. Okay. Wait, see. Okay, and it's going to be an MFR-5. So I'm not going to put it the highest quality. I'm just going to leave it as it is and continue. All right, so apparently we're recording. We're going to see how well this is going to function, and hopefully it won't affect the broadcast itself. Maybe it'll dim the image. I can see that it did. Got to take a sample of it. There's M57 to the left a little bit. We're going to bring it back in the center. There you go. We do see M57. It's 31 milliseconds. There you go. 31.760 milliseconds. And the sky is blue still. And we are detecting M57 at the moment. Pretty neat. I have a funny feeling I may not get as much reduction as I had with the prototype, but we'll give it a try. I'm going to turn up the exposure down to 43 milliseconds. Here's 43 milliseconds. 43.454 milliseconds. I'd say that's not too bad at all. Blue sky still. And everything is, the only thing that I did is the color balance. I lowered the green because I find minus 28. If I turn it up, it gets too green. So we're going to go back to minus 28 where it was. I think it's a good balance. Manually, while the red and the blue is left at 0. All high sensitivity sensors, they have greenish. And that applies also to the DS10C and the exterminator as well. The green's always hotter because those sensors are very, very sensitive. But we certainly do see 57 slightly, and it's kind of intriguing to watch. Yeah, we see it on the NSN as well. I'm keeping an eye on that on NSN. I'm using KVY right now to record. So I'm giving the computer a hard time right now. So let's hope it's going to hang on to it. Here, we're going to increase the exposure time from 43 milliseconds to 57 milliseconds. Moment, it says 57.562 milliseconds out of 5,000 milliseconds. All right, there we go. And the game's still at 13 for the moment. I'm going to turn that up. Actually, here's something. I don't know if it's going to stack at that speed. I do have the frame rate turned down. When you do that, you get more sensitivity. Turn it up too high, you're going to lose sensitivity. So the idea is to keep the frame rate down. It's still, well, within 200, I think it is, frames per second. They're just below. The camera here on this computer, when I plugged it in, did actually 525.6, so faster than the one at the shop, at the shop's computer. You can see the start to the right of M57 at 4 o'clock position. So we just gotta wait for total darkness to arrive, and I'd say give it another hour or so. Plus the moon's gonna be up, full moon. So that's gonna be fun. And then again, at least we're going to start observing. I do detect a little bit of coma. I think the camera's not quite centered well in the microphone. Hey, Michael, nice to see you. Your tent got put up today. There's 3 tents available out there. Michael, and your tent is ready to go. Nice to see you on there, Michael. Michael, I forgot to send you camera, but I think the instructions will apply to the 1.2C nonetheless. I got to go back to work on Tuesday. I have more sensors that are arriving for other cameras, and I'm going to pack one up and send it to you, Michael. And yeah, the executive suite, that's what it is. Michael's executive suite is all ready to go. Okay, so now I don't know if I could stack that quick. This is like 130 frames per second here. I don't know if it will work. I doubt it because of the, oh no, it is. Wow, we're doing 130 frames per second. Look at the stacking, what it gets. Jumping, gee whiz, this is average, and it's only 5 frames. Wow. Yeah, all I did is put 5 stacking and frame alignment, and that's it. Holy jumping, gee whiz, has it ever cleaned it up? Goodness. Okay, let's stop it. Of course, it's a progressive scan. So progressive scan is always noisier. It's like maybe like snow, I guess you could call it, but it's not the right term. Any sensor, whatever it's a CMOS or CCD progressive scan, always noisier that way. It's grainy. There's a graininess to it. It's not noise. It's just a normal fact of progressive scan because all the pixels are scanned at the same time compared to interlaced, where you've got a group of odds and even fields. That's why you got a lot less noise with those types, which is the CCD. But wow, I have to admit, okay, let me turn up the sharpness to about 300 or so. Just curious, and let's enable the live stack of 5 frames. Watch this. Holy jumping, gee whiz, it's amazing what it does. Just amazing. Okay, we're going to turn off the sharpness completely. I can't believe it, how well this is working. We're scanning here at 130 frames per second. Oh, that feels good, Swampy Jack. Very glad. You should get that next week. Ivan certainly packed everything nice and tight in there, so you'll be getting that. Wow, I can't believe it. It's quite remarkable. Let me stop the live stack for a moment. And we are at 57.409 millisecond exposure. And the gain's at 13, as you could see. And I'm going to turn that up to maybe 70. How about 80? A little bit touchy, isn't it? Okay. Whoa, what was that went by? Okay, this is cool. Okay, here's 80 milliseconds, 80.015. Wow, did you see this? Nice orange streak. It went by slowly too. So here's the exposure now. So 80 milliseconds. We're going to gradually go up a little bit. And let's see stacking 5 frames. That's not what we're doing on average. We're not going to gain anything here except get rid of the noise. Ow. It's gone. Yeah, the graininess is completely gone. Wow. Well, that's okay. I'm recording. I got 9 minutes and 25 seconds. I don't know how much space I got on this hard drive. I think it's 1 terabyte. I don't know, but I'm giving the computer a hell of a workout here. This is the one that Windows 10 actually blew up where I lost everything, so I got her back on finally, and I had to go out and buy a copy, an actual original Windows 10 Pro OEM and reinstall. Oh, hi Phil, glad to see that you're on. It's beautiful here tonight, except for mosquitoes, so make sure you bring along the bug spray. And hopefully it's not going to rain. That's my hope. Well, this is pretty cool, folks. This is quite impressive. Okay, we're back to normal running here, and it's 80 milliseconds. Stop the stacking. I think I might buy one of those Pompey jackets. That might be a good idea. Well, I don't know if you're going to enjoy the mosquitoes, but they're pretty big here. But they only come out when the sun goes down. Half an hour later, they're pretty well off. So I think they'll be okay. Nice and cooler anyway. A 104. Wow, Mark, this is pretty hot. Okay, so we're 80 milliseconds. I'm going to increase the exposure to a little bit more, maybe. How about if we go? Oh, I don't know. How about 181? No, we're going to go 180 milliseconds. Here's 180 milliseconds. Okay, we still got blue skies, and we're really detecting colors here. It's pretty neat. Great, let's I think he's just stacking here. Rid of that noise, and let's see what it'll do. So far, the software works quite stable. Wow, noise is gone. This is quite remarkable. This is amazing what this thing does as far as live stacking average. All the noise is gone. We still got blue skies, mind you. These are big pixels on those. Jack, Swampy Jack, can you confirm if it sounds okay? If it is, yeah, this is 180 milliseconds. Okay, thank you for confirming. I wouldn't be surprised if this sound in there. Yeah, right now we're at 180 millisecond exposure. Not even a quarter of a second. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not additive. It's still 180. It's still 180 milliseconds. So 5 frame is still 180 because they're cut back at 50% and they're averaged. You don't gain anything except the noise removal. But if you go additive stacking, then yes, that would be 900 milliseconds. And this is what it would look like. Let's do it. We're going to do 5 frames of 180 milliseconds. That is 900 milliseconds worth of stack. There you go. That's 900 millisecond stack additive. But when you go average, you do not gain whatsoever any additional time. All you do is you even the noise. Well, of course, because it has to stack it. That's the reason it takes 900 milliseconds. It needs to stack those the series of images of 180 milliseconds. It cannot happen instantly. But once it gets going, and once the output reaches the amount, in this case, and then you're going to get it's noise reduction, so it does not add time to the exposure. That's correct. You got it. Absolutely. The average exposure is still 180, but it's a lot smoother. You're averaging out the noise. Pretty nice. Yeah, we could do that. Watch this. Here's a stack, but stack is raw. I mean, stacking. Here's stacking. That's 3, and we're gonna go to 5 in a moment. Here's 3 of 180 milliseconds. This is additive. So this time it will add. There you go. Here's 5 frames. So it's overexposed. All right, let's go back to our normal 180, and what we're going to do is this. We're going to increase this to 900 milliseconds. Or so, 907. We're close enough. You see, the dynamic range is not the same. It's a single frame. The other one was stacked. So you're going to gain some by stacking additive, but you're also going to go overexposed. This is 900 milliseconds, just below 1 second. Isn't that something else? Let's go back to, we were at 180 minutes. Let's put it to 100 milliseconds. Whoop, there you go. We're currently at 200 milliseconds. Oh yeah, the average is just to get rid of the noise. 2.5. images and see what the result is going to be. This is video mode, by the way. I haven't even gone into trigger mode yet. Trigger mode is the clock is and the shutter is controlled by the computer. The computer does it. While when you go to the video mode, you're controlling the camera itself. It's within the camera. Okay, there we go. We've got we've got 5 stack image. Look how much smoother it is. It's unbelievable what average does. You haven't gained anything except noise reduction. Signal to noise ratio has increased immensely. But here, going to take it off, and the sky is still blue, and it's time to increase the exposure. How about if we go? That's 340. Here's 340 seconds. 340 milliseconds. It's just a little over a quarter of a second exposure. The gain's still at 13. But what I'd like to do now is gauge the stack of 5 frames. The default for stacking average is 10, but this can be changed. I usually try 4 or 5, which is plenty. Here's 4 frame already, and it's a nice view actually. Very. There we go. We're up to 5 now. But it's quite intriguing to see the result. Here's average stack of 5. So if we stop it, we still got the same intensity. It's just the noise is there. And that noise is the graininess, which is normal with every sensor. This is a progressive scan. This is what I was saying. Progressive scan means it scans all the pixels at once. And the result of that, you're going to have a graininess. Compared to interlace, you've got 2 sets of frames, basically. You've got odd field and even field to create 1 frame. So the noise is a lot less with that. But stacking it really, really brings it up. Okay, now what we're going to do is increase from 340 milliseconds. I'm going to pump that up to 500. So this is half a second. Here we go. Here, just to show you folks, that's 500.132 milliseconds. The sky is still blue here, by the way. Oh, the satellite went by. And you can tell how fast it's going by instead of staying on the image, because we're not using long exposure at all. I'm amazed with such short exposure how much color is being picked up from that sensor. Very, very, very interesting. All right, let's stack 5 average. Just to lower that noise, and some kind of image we'll be able to get. We still have a blue background at the moment. Sun's all not down yet. The moon's rising. I can see that just above the house here. It's a nice red, bloody red, actually. Oh yeah, yes, David, absolutely. We could see the colors at about 100 milliseconds, 180 milliseconds. I was able to detect it on the frame here. It's very, very, very interesting result. Oh, hang on a second. I think I forgot. Here. Whoop, I just stopped that by accident. Hang on a sec. Bear with me for a moment. There we go. We got 2 frames that are stacked. Right now, it's a little bit low. There you go. This is 5 frames stacked. This is pretty cool. Very nice result for what it is. Absolutely on the right, yeah, the extended lobe, you're right, Jack, and you can see a little bit of detail in there, wispy detail in that specific. I don't think I'm focused, to be honest with you, but I could tell. I'm gonna wait till it gets a little bit darker for me to touch up the focus. Well, we're getting near the zenith a little bit, so we're starting to get a little bit of frame rotation. I'm going to remove the star alignment and okay, there. I'm going to remove the stacking. So this is back to 500 milliseconds. Here it is on the screen. Very cool. That's 22 minutes of recording so far.
Have you ever used amoxicillin on them, like fish rocks?
We're going to pump that up a little bit, folks. Let's go to 6. Here's 710 milliseconds.
Yes, it's regular amoxicillin.
There you go. 700, nearly 3/4 of a second. So 700.609 milliseconds of exposure. This is remarkable. And the ring is starting to get overexposed. Yeah, I'm not focused because the central starts popping in and out, and I don't have the proper focus. That's okay for now. We're just going to do the experiment. I'm not looking for a perfect picture here. I just want to see the sheer horsepower of this little wonder. It's amazing. Look at the noise thing completely gone. Wow. That's quite something else, I tell you. 1296 should be, that's right above at 12 o'clock. So you've got the, yeah, I'm going to use the, where it is. I'm going to use the color Mallin square right on top here. There you go. Here's that famous, well, I call it the wagon wheel. This is what it looks like. You've got 6 stars all around, and you got a central star. And 1296 is about here. So we're going to wait until it gets a little bit darker on this. It's not dark enough. The background's still blue. So I just started the stacking here quickly. So we are at 700 milliseconds. And okay, hang on a sec. There you go. It goes. Here's 2 frames. 2 frames are stacked. Yeah, sometimes the software stops a little bit. There you go, 5 frames. Now the central stars start to pop pretty good. We're reaching magnitude 15 right there, 15.3 I believe it is. It's quite remarkable to see the sensitivity of it. Yeah, we have a little bit of a coma with, I think I might be aggressively adjusted on the focal reducer. I'm not having the same field of view that I was getting with the prototype camera because of the distance of the sensor through the edge of the camera. It's not quite the same. It don't matter. You know, this is just testing purpose. Yeah, the central star is there for sure. But now we're getting pretty bright. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the live stack again. And I'm going to lower the gain. The gain is too high. That's going to smooth out the image a little bit. Or we could turn off the gain and lower the exposure. There. So the exposure is back to 380 milliseconds.
no-nos.
Here's 380 milliseconds. And let's turn up the gain. Oh, you certainly don't pick up a lot of detail with the gain up. I'm not sure. Yeah, the prototype I went down to f2.2 and it was pretty decent. This camera inserts much deeper, so I'm capturing a smaller portion of the large light cone from 16-inch of f10. Nonetheless, we'll be able to measure what it is. If I could go on the M51, it'd be cool. The issue, though, the sun's there right now. There's a big sun glow at the moment. Here's a stack image of 380 milliseconds. But I have to gain all the way to 23. Earlier we were gaining 13. Now this is 23. Yes, it is. On the screen here, I can see it. The resolution on it, then that's going to prevent us from that a bit, but it's faintly there. So 380 milliseconds, and the gain is at 23 instead of 13. So if we increase the gain, we lower the exposure. That's what I did. Because we were at 700 milliseconds. Now it's down to 380. And now I'm stacking the image. 5 frames for average. So we're still at 380 milliseconds. That's quite remarkable. Okay. I believe it's, I think it's 50. Maybe 100. Hang on. Yeah, it's 50. This is 50. Yeah, this is. Yeah, this is 50. It's all the way up. So obviously it's way too much. What I like about the video mode is when you change the gain, it's instant. We're at 30. Here's 26. Turn it up a little bit more. I just don't want to wash out the ring itself. We're still at 380 seconds. That's just insane. Hey, Rusty, nice to see you on. How are you? Well, here's 5 frame stack, 380 milliseconds, and the gain is 26, 26.4. Here's the exposure, just to show you folks. It's clear tomorrow night. I'm going to try this on the 8-inch. The reason I'm doing the 16 tonight is to see the field of view. I want to repeat this experiment here for the field of view with the MFR-5 and the camera. I can't believe it. But this is 5 stack images, and my focus is definitely out. Just stop the 5 stack. And we are at 380 milliseconds. And the gain is 26. So there's a few things we could do. We could increase the gain a bit more to 30, probably 31 or so. Yeah, here's 30.80, and we could probably leave the exposure at 380 milliseconds. It's ridiculous when you think about it. Looking at M57 or getting an image of M57 takes several minutes sometimes, or 30 seconds, or at least a minute on so many of the cameras. We're not even at a second yet. We're at 380 milliseconds. Yep, it'll work. Hang on, let me show you. That was next. I was going to show you. Watch this. Here's the binning. You don't need it. You really don't need it. This is binning 2. So let's go back to binning 1. Now, if you're going to use binning, we definitely got to bring the house down. That ain't the gain. So if I lower the gain, there you go. This is binning 2, 380 milliseconds, and the gain 5.
Yeah.
Wow. And now we can go on top here and fit the window. There you go. Now bidding, are going to use a 6x9 by 6x9 pixels. That'll give you over 13, nearly 14 microns. It's too big for the focal length that we're having now with a focal reducer. That's why the can look fuzzy as well. But nonetheless, it's quite interesting to see. Now, I like to try this back here. Yeah, this is what I'm going to try with the average bidding here. I know it works on 1x1. The count is going pretty fast here. It's supposed to work. It did. I know it's a shop I tested out on that computer and it worked. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we got 2 on, so the status is okay. Let's wait a little bit of. Okay, there you go. We got 5 frame right now with binning 2. But it's fuzzier simply because A, I'm out of focus, and B, we're using nearly 14 micron pixels when you bend them. So here, let's take that binning out, and let's go back to binning 1, and let's fit the window. There we go. That's the difference. Now we're still at 380 milliseconds. So all we need to do now is turn up the gain. I'm going to turn up the gain where it was 26, I believe it was. Here's 26 on the gain, and we're still at 380 milliseconds. I find it so funny in a way. Instead of 30 seconds or a minute and a half or 2 minutes for M57, we're not even at 1 second yet. It's 380 milliseconds. And we're going to, whoop, no, that's not what I want to do. That's spinning. Get that. So we know that works. And let's do the average stacking. And see what she's going to do. Yeah, but I need to lower the gain. Frank, the idea here is if you're going to do that, exposure and gain has to be carefully balanced. And this is how you get the successful view of an image. Well, if we go 2x2 binning and longer exposure, we're not going to gain much except for overexposure. This thing is so sensitive. So here's 5 frames stacked at the moment. So the noise is going. Sky background seems to be much darker. There's no more blue being detected, so we're doing okay. Yeah, going to stop that. And we are at 380 milliseconds. Earlier on, I went up to 700. I'm going to turn that up to 700 milliseconds. There you go. Here's 700 millisecond 0.609. And 700 milliseconds, and the gain's at 26. So we're obviously overexposed. I need to bring the gain down, way down. And I believe we had that 13 earlier instead of 26. So here's 13. And what we could do is start the average. No, there's no dark frame. No, everything's at default except for the colors. I lowered the green because those sensors are very dominant in the green range. Same apply with the DS287c and the Exterminator. Those sensors are very sensitive, and the green is always more dominant. So you just bring it down to that. But the rest is all at default. All I'm playing with here is the exposure and the gain, mainly the gain, and activating the stacking. Yeah, we got 2 frames stacked at the moment. I never use additive, Frank. I always use average. So if we are 700 milliseconds, we still have 700 milliseconds. Although we stack 5 frame, it does not add up. It's basically just averages. When you go additive, then you will add 700 times 5. But when you go average, it does not. Time is not added here. Here it is. We got 5 frame stack at 700 milliseconds, but the gain is down. Now, can we go to 900 milliseconds? Yeah, we probably could. There you go. Here's 900. It makes a huge difference. No, I never use stacking frames. This is average. It's always average. Here's 900 milliseconds. I got the gain at 13, and we could always stack. Oh, you're talking about the binning. Okay. Well, that's not going to do anything because binning is combining pixel. I understand what you mean. Okay. Here's a 4 frame of 900 milliseconds that are average. Understood. Okay, I misunderstood. Sorry about that. Let's go back to disco binning. And we're going to go average. You're not going to gain much. Because you're just going to average the frames. Not the frames. You're going to average the pixels. You're not going to gain anything. When you go binning, it's to add, not to average. It may work for planets actually, or lunar. It will work good, but not for the sky. Because it's not needed. You're not gaining anything here except for averaging your pixel. That means if you've got 6.9 by 6.9 times 2, that's 30, just round it up to 14. You're averaging 14 microns worth of pixel compared to additive. You're adding 14, so it's a lot more. Oh, hang on, folks. I got noise outside here. I'll be right back. Sounds like fireworks. I thought somebody was here. Well, that's just a deer entered in the dome side. We're going to increase the gain to 26, and obviously gets overexposed at 900 milliseconds. So the key here is to watch the gain. If you lower the gain a little bit and increase the exposure, you're going to have less noise. I'm going to bring this to 1.5 seconds. Here's 1.5 seconds. But the gain is down at 8. And the gain is down at 4 at the moment. Here's 4. We got a lot less noise. Look at that, how smooth that is. So obviously when you go longer exposure, things up. Yeah, this is a single frame. This is no stacking. Instead of using 380 milliseconds like I had earlier, we pumped it up to 700 and 900. Now at 1.5, so 1500 milliseconds. Here it is there. Single frame. So the noise disappears. No need to average stack. Mark, I sold out. I kept one for me of the production unit, Mark, and it went out yesterday. And I sold out of the monochrome. So the next batch of sensors for the monochrome are going to be in towards August 15th. We're going to start back the boards where the sensors are on. Are going to arrive by then, by August 15th. So we're going to get a handful of them, and that will be obviously next that I would test. Here's the 1.5 seconds, so 1500 milliseconds. single frame, and the gain's at 5 instead of 26. Okay, now what I'd like to do is to try to stack that. Heck of it. Not that we need it, because it's quite clean at just 1.5 seconds. Just lower the gain, and you know you can do it. Okay, there we go. 3 input, only 1 frame so far. Oh yeah, look how smooth that becomes. Well, yeah, Jack is getting some of the model phone. I sold my own, and I was escaping to David. David's going to get his on Monday. And there we go. We got 5 stack average frame rate now, 1.5 seconds. The image is quite clean. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna remove the stacking here. There we go. Well, yeah, it does help. There's no question about it. Let's go to 2 seconds. Okay, here's 2 seconds, and the gain has to be lowered. So the gain has to go down to about 3, I would estimate. Yeah, here's gain 3. Now, if we go back to 26, like I had it earlier, it's overexposed. This is 2 seconds with gain 25 to the 26. So you can tell the difference. The gain and the exposures have to be matched. Here's back at 3.80, and it's pretty nice view. Very nice. Curious to see if we can improve a little bit of sharpness here. I'm definitely out of focus. Okay, hang on. Let me try something here. I'm going to need to increase this. Don't mind me for a minute. I'm going to need to lower this. I want to get the smallest image possible of a star near M57. This is 300. We're going to try to focus. Let's increase the. Okay. I'm going to try to focus that a little bit. I'm not quite sure. I know I got thin clouds out. It's not a perfect night whatsoever. Far from it, in fact. There's thin clouds everywhere, so we are looking through thin layer clouds at the moment.
Your website.
See here. Certainly can tell that the atmosphere is working at unwanted effect.
Because you're not going to get enough just doing local.
Harder to focus. We're going to reduce the amount of
People want them for the show, but
filming here.
They don't
try
want
to
so much.
get focus happening here.
Some do, but not a lot. Some will take a lot of them. Some will just.
Yeah, I think it's fine worth I'm hearing. I mean, smoke's going to get here. Great. Okay, let's see what this is going to give us. I'm going to go back to lower the gain at 8, and let's increase this back to 1.5 seconds. Some improvement. It's not dead on, but
Right. Well, why don't you, whenever you get going,
here's gain 5, and we're 1.5.
So I won't be just sitting here waiting. I just be,
Okay, because I know I got thin clouds here. It's my wispy clouds in the sky right now. That's why we're not getting a clear image at all. But that's okay. I just want to test the field of view, and also this is a production camera to make sure What it says on the bench is one thing, but what it says live is another. We got a pretty good result. I'm going to increase the exposure to 3 seconds. Okay, this is 3 seconds and it's completely overexposed. Going to lower the gain a bit to 3. Nice colors, mind you. One thing I like to do is to lower the saturation. Go too high, you got more color noise. If we lowered it to about 75, well, maybe 80 or so, 85. Here's a default. Yeah, it says will start pop in and out continuously. Yeah, about 86, 85, or 90. Yeah, 100 is all right. Here's the default, 128. So if we go down to about 99 or 100, the colors should be okay. And I would be curious to see with the live stack average 5 frames, what kind of result is this going to give us?
Well, I was just going actually for their kennel cop and their, I wanted to talk to him about switching their, heartburns and, the tick stuff. And then all of a sudden, last night.
You definitely see IC 1296 in the star group of star above the M57.
And she does whenever.
Here we go. We got 5 stack frames, and we got fear rotation, obviously, that's happening at the moment. Quite a lot of it, in fact.
You know, so she probably.
Yeah, we see 1296 very easily. It's right there, so it's good. Okay, now to stop the live stack, we're going to lower the sharpness back to where it was. Nice smooth image. Beautiful. Yeah, it's 3 seconds only here at the moment. I'm going to lower this down here a bit, folks, back to 330 milliseconds. I think we had just at 380 earlier. All right, here it is, and I'm going to turn up the gain instead of. The reason I want to do this, I'm going to swing the scope on another target. So give me a moment, I'll be right back.